Hi, I'm Gus with CashedOutCars, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the things I've done on my 944 in the past few months. So coming around to the back of the car, if you come down here, you'll notice that the exhaust's a little different. So the previous owner, or actually two owners ago, put on a pretty ricey exhaust, to be honest, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. They had the stock tubular headers into a really cheap MagnaFlow glass pack into an OBX catback exhaust. And I wanted to change the sound a little bit, tone it down a little bit without spending too much money. So up in the front we put some new cast manifolds in, which came on the earlier cars because the tubular headers were actually cracking. So we swapped those out with some used cast ones. Then we put in a nice MagnaFlow big resonator in the middle, and we actually kept the OBX catback exhaust just to keep costs down.
Sweet. And it sounds a lot better now. When he first got the car, it was obnoxiously loud, and as you could hear from these clips that I'm playing right now, it sounds a whole lot better right now.
Yeah. You can probably only tell from the red paint on the calipers, but we completely redid the brakes. We have new rotors on there, new calipers, we have new brake lines, and we actually rebuilt the calipers themselves to keep everything moving nicely with new bushings and everything. We fixed the seized up e-brake, so now that works at least marginally better. And the car's definitely stopping a lot nicer now.
And ready to rip some big drifts with that e-brake.
For sure. So we got these Kumo Exta LX Platinum tires on the car pretty much right after we got it. They're not expensive tires, but they're decent all seasons, and they're definitely improvement over the bald set that came with it. And they've been serving us pretty well. Haven't put too many miles on them, but they're holding up decent. Those were on the phone dials that came with it, just the 15-inch 944 factory phone dials. And then we picked up these 951 phone dials, which are 16s, and they're also a little bit wider. So hopefully they'll fill out the flared fenders nicer, and when we get some tires on those, they should look really sweet mounted up. They aren't in great shape. They've been refinished once and could use it again, but they were super cheap, and they'll be a good tire for these.
How cheap?
120 to 150, somewhere in there.
Nice.
So the suspension in this car wasn't so great when we got it. You could feel that sometimes it wouldn't release perfectly. So we went with Koni Yellow sport suspension. Shocks all around, and they're great. They're adjustable. We haven't screwed with it. We left it pretty much right in the middle, and it's been doing good.
Factory springs?
Yeah, still the factory springs. And then for aesthetic mods, we haven't done too much, but you've probably seen in like the first videos there was some pretty bad chipping on the front panel there. So we resprayed the front panel, and I recently resprayed the headlight covers, and it's looking a lot better. Then we made this custom badge out of some laser engravable aluminum, and I think it looks great. It matches the color of the car better. It's nice and subtle. So some problems we had with the car, there haven't been any too major issues, but we did have a slight issue where this radiator hose was actually cut by the alternator, and it was dumping fluid out. Luckily we had another one already, so we swapped that out in less than a half an hour, and it was good to go.
Got any future plans for this bad boy? Anything that needs to be done on it before it's really good to go?
So we still need to do the timing belt and the water pump, because those are pretty much like 10,000 miles overdue, so we definitely need to be doing that very soon. And other than that, there's not too much. The dash is cracked, so we're planning to recover that maybe with some suede to match the steering wheel.
What about that wheel that's in there?
Oh, the wheel that's in there is a Momo Mod 78, I believe. And I love this wheel. It's got the Alcantara on it, and it feels great. Other than that, this rear cargo cover is off right now because the end plates are broken, and new end plates are pretty expensive, so we're going to attempt to repair that. And I think that's about the only issues this car is having now. It's in pretty good shape.
The cars came a long way. Have you done any camping in the back there? I notice you have a lot of space under that hatch.
So we haven't actually done any camping, but that could definitely be a plan in the near future. As you can see, there's plenty of space. Definitely room for a pillow. You could probably put a TV back there, and I think that'll be a blast. I'd like to see you do that in the Miata.
Anything else you want to say for the fans?
Rally 944 incoming. So one last thing on this car is that the fuel cap that came with the car was modded by a previous owner. It's a non-vented fuel cap that they must have drilled. They sharpied out non, and now it's a vented fuel cap. It doesn't fit very well, and we learned doing some donuts that it dumps fuel back out of the filler cap. So it's definitely an issue we need to look into. Probably just get a new one to put it on, and hopefully it'll hold well. And I'd say that's about it. So thank you for watching a video on the superior car on the channel. I suggest only really clicking when it has 944 in the title. And thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Cash with CashedOutCars, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you why this Miata is so much better than that piece of crap 944. Just kidding, they're both sweet cars.